starts at 7:30 Eastern time in San Francisco, California at the Warriors Arena. Maryland, Florida, the 1-seed Florida versus 4-seed Maryland. Maryland obviously barely two teams that honestly played not their best basketball and skated by in the round of 32. Which one comes out and, that was their wake-up call. Which one comes out and actually lit a fire under their butt? That's what we'll find out. Florida's a 6.5-point favorite here. Over-under is 155.5. And I'm really curious to see here where, okay, is Maryland going to come out and not screw around in the first half like they did against Colorado State? Florida, they could not get it going. For some reason, things just fell off until Walter Clayton honestly saved this team at the end. Whichever team comes out pissed off in this one more, I think wins this ball game, because I think Maryland has the talent to take down Florida. If UConn can take Florida down to the wire, this Maryland team can absolutely win that game. I know it's tricky to do transitive property sometimes, but it's the matter of fact, Maryland is a very, very, very talented team. Their starting five is so good, and obviously Florida is one of the most talented teams in the country, if not the most. I don't think it's crazy to say Maryland can upset Florida in this game, Ben.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy at all. With that being said, I do think Florida wins this game, not only because they have a lot more depth and have been the better team over the course of the full season, but I do think that the starting lineups, which Maryland relies heavily on, I don't think you have an advantage over Florida's starting lineup. I mean, I like Maryland's guards, but it's a three-headed monster with Richard, Martin, and, of course, Walter Clayton, who's kind of the Kemba Walker of this tournament, or at least I think that's what we're going to see in this weekend. I do think that I am especially interested in seeing the matchup of Alex Condon and Derek Queen. I think that's going to be fascinating to watch. Alex Condon's a fantastic rim protector, and so I'm just curious to see, because Derek Queen is going to have like a size advantage, specifically weight, in strength. I think he might be able to push Condon around a little bit, but you've got guys like Tristan Howe coming off the bench. Micah Hanglotten was a big part of Florida's team last year, suffered a brutal injury, but is now back playing reserve minutes. You've got Florida. They've just got athletes who are coming off the bench too and contributing in different ways. I just think that depth is able to kind of wear out Maryland, because I do think you can go to the bench and there's not this massive drop-off in quality for Florida. Whereas with Maryland, they're going to have to ride these five guys for almost the entirety of the game. And I think at some point they just tire out and just don't have enough in the gas.
Yeah, and I think the reason I'm picking Florida in this spot, like I said, I think Maryland can win in a one-off game, but the reason I'm picking Florida here is March does come down to guard play, and I am curious to see the matchup between Derek Queen and Condon, but I'm picking Florida's guards over Maryland's guards at the end of the day. I'm taking Walter Clayton. I'm taking Elijah Martin. I'm taking them over Gillespie and Rice. I love Walter Clayton, man. The fact that he single-handedly, I know he played really bad for, honestly, 35 minutes against UConn, and this dude still had over 20 points in that game and hit some of the biggest shots. That told me so much in that game, and I'm taking the better guards in this matchup. I'm taking Florida. It's lame. It's chalk. I'm staying away from that spread, though. I don't want anything to do with that 6.5-point spread. If I had to lean something, I'd probably take Maryland, but my pick stinks, so don't tell me there.